When you're young, you have time on your side. You can afford to take more risk in your portfolio because you have time to recover from those risks. As you get older, you need to take less and less risk. Your portfolio should be a reflection of your age. That being said, if you're 65 years old, you shouldn't have all your money in cash. That's not what I'm suggesting at all. What I am suggesting is that your portfolio should be a lot less volatile as you get older. If you're in your 20s and 30s and even 40s, you should have a large portion of your portfolio in stocks. And it doesn't have to be individual stocks. It could be through index funds, ETFs. But when you're young, you want to have a large portion of your portfolio in stocks because you have the ability to take risk. To recover from that risk, as you get older and closer to retirement or in retirement, you want less of your portfolio in stocks. Now, how much less? There's no right answer to that. Every single person is different. Some people are okay with having a little bit more risk in their portfolio. Other people, they just want to have none of it. They'd rather have a lot of cash because they're so risk averse. But I think a lot of people fall in the middle. If you're in your 50s and 60s, I think it's okay to have maybe 20 to 40% of your portfolio in stocks. But again, it really depends on your risk tolerance. How much risk are you comfortable with? How much risk do you have to take in order to meet your financial goals? And there's no right answer to this. You need to figure out what works for you and what you're comfortable with. But as a rule of thumb, the percentage of your total portfolio that's allocated to stocks should be a percentage of your age, or even higher if you're able to take more risk. So if you're 25 years old, you might have, 75%, 80% of your portfolio in stocks. If you're 55 years old, maybe you have 50% of your portfolio in stocks. If you're 75 years old, maybe you have 25% of your portfolio in stocks. This is just a very rough guideline. Again, it depends on your personal situation. It depends on your risk tolerance. But generally speaking, as you get older, you need to have less and less risk in your portfolio because you don't have as much time to recover from that risk if something were to happen. So as you get older, you need to be a little bit more conservative with your investing. But that doesn't mean you have to go 100% cash. A lot of people do that, and then they end up regretting it because they could have left some money in stocks and they would have had a better overall portfolio. Now, there are people that are extremely risk averse, and that's okay. And I think as you get older, you should take less and less risk, but still have some risk in your portfolio.